They're clapping, they're cheering because the Sportsman 40 and the championship finale is underway.
And what a start there for Zach Orr to go to the outside of Chase Robinson. Unbelievable work there from Orr to stay alongside him. He jumps in, and then Robertson keeps it down on the inside there in the north turn, still door-to-door, and still side-by-side here as we complete the first lap.
Wow, what a battle we have here. Orr to the outside, 2 weeks in a row of disqualifications. He and that 55 team brought their new horsepower out. They dropped the oil pan, had it inspected, had it sealed. Well, he's putting all the doubters to rest right now. Powering on the outside. That is the tough way around this place. But what clean driving by the driver to his inside, Chase Robertson.
Power is the key word there for Zach Orr. It takes a tremendous amount of power in your power plant to make the pass on the outside. He drops down right in front of Chase Robertson.
11 spots ahead of Chase Robertson here.
Back to green flag racing. Contact there between Clemens and Orr as they come back to the stripe to restart this race. Orr able to gather it up. Amberlin trying to run that high line. Sterling Clemens by himself in third. Now with a good drive down the back, trying to get underneath Amberlin for second. Greg with the contact there inside sends everybody up the racetrack. Meanwhile, Zach Orr will love seeing all of this in his rearview mirror as we have a spin further back in the field to bring out the call. 1-1 for you to caution, and now Sterling Clemens and Amberlin go around. Greg gets into it. Trouble everywhere here at the Madhouse inside of the final 10 laps. Yep.
Mitch Gales looks like he's going to hit the track again, but let's look at this is what happened after the caution. Oh, Clemens gets into Amberlin. Look at the crowd.
Here we go. Green flag out once again. Adams to the outside of Zach Orr. Tommy Neal is far up the field as he's been all night long. Slides it up the racetrack into Sterling Clemens a little bit to take over the third spot. Now looking for second underneath Adams. Can Adams get front? No. Here comes the Tiger in the inside.
Tiger Tommy Neal says, hey, I don't care about this championship right now. I care about race wins. 5 laps to go. He gets the second spot, battling side by side with Adams.
Not much left to do. Zach Orr clear. Tommy Neal will have one more opportunity. And Chase Robertson 1 lap away from title number 2.
Well, for 2 weeks, he's tried to get win 26, and 2 weeks it's been denied in the tech shed. But now Zach Orr gets the win, and your champion of 2025 is the number 31 car, Chase Robertson, title number 2. The Ag South Farm Credit 150 is on. Side by side into the south turn go the two greats.
Off go Tim Brown and Burt Myers, two of the best to ever do it. Jason Myers looking underneath Mike Speeney for third, but Tim Brown will show the way early here in this Ag South Farm Credit 150 in the midst of all that melee and single file throughout maybe the first 9 or 10 cars as we get back to it. Brandon Ward trying to find a spot underneath Trey Hutchins. Shot to the bumper there. Hutchins moves out the racetrack. Brandon Ward with some contact there. John Smith was there, and here comes Daniel Beeson to the inside of the points leader.
Wow, some tough moments and now contact. The points leader gets shuffled up by Daniel Beeson. Wow, some tense moments for your points leader, Brandon Ward, there through the north turn. He settles in now. Original division in racing and NASCAR as well. That's something that a lot of people don't realize, that NASCAR did start with the modified division, and then, of course, the strictly stocks came. And, hey, speaking of who's coming to the front right now, look at Brandon Ward getting by third-generation driver Trey Hutchins. Danny Bone on the outside. Speedy gives a right front wheel to Burt Myers. He's on the inside, but the yellow flag is out in the north turn for a big stack-up. Speedy to the backside of Danny Bone. Bobby Meismer is in the wall, bringing out yet again another caution. I think this will get us most likely to single file on the next restart. Getting ready for the most important restart of the night. The Rocket Tim Brown to the loud pedal first. Into the south turn. The fans await and more bumper tag ensues. That separates them.
Tim Brown drove it deep into one, white flag out. Burt Myers was not able to get to him. It's going to take a big move from Burt Myers here somewhere on this last lap to take the win away from the Rocket.
One more set of corners through the north turn comes Tim Brown. The Rocket gets a rocket to the back bumper, but he's the winner of the Ag South Farm Credit 150. The Rocket, Tim Brown, does it, but finishing a few spots behind your champion of 2025, Brandon Ward. Buckle up, Buttercup. The street stocks are going to get physical in the finale. Green flag is out.
Absolutely nothing left to chance by K-Train, who cut down immediately in front of Brian Sykes Jr. A little bit more contact in the back. Christian Joyce now up to second. K-Train already with the bumper to Christian Joyce. K-Train trying to use the cow catcher to go to the front, get underneath Joyce, and have a shot at Brad Lewis for the win and maybe the title as well.
Who's in second place? Is he trying really hard to help help Brad Lewis, who is the leader? Spinner on the front stretch. TJ Whaley has gone around in the infield grass. The short shorts causing the spin. Green flag coming out. 9 laps into the street stock race. The battle is on for third position. Sykes knows he needs to spot the black and fluorescent number 99. Is looking for daylight underneath the K-Train. He gently nudges his bumper to the back side of the number 13. He's going to have the spot coming down the front straightaway.
Brian Sykes leaving K-Train, no choice. Sykes now up to the third spot. He's got to make some moves here. He's got to get past Christian Joyce to have a shot at this title. K-Train's got to get all 3 of them and hope something else happens. Meanwhile, Christian Joyce putting the pressure on Brad Lewis, but this is all about Brian Sykes closing the gap to the front 2 cars. If he wants a shot at the title, he needs 1 more spot, and he has 9 laps left to make it happen.
Past some lap machines, including the sideways TJ Whaley, who spins in front of him. Could this be the spot he needs? Sykes narrowly avoids him. Replay here on Flow Racing, and you see Whaley gets completely loose there, overcorrects it, and spins. Green flag is unfurled here on lap number 13.
That was an incredible jump there from Christian Joyce. He got a great restart behind Brad Lewis, and Brian Sykes is going to have at least a car length of 8. But I just noticed, I don't know if this is a trend that's going to continue as we keep going green flag racing. Sykes loose off the corner, and Christian Joyce is just able to get the power down back to the gas a little bit. They're gapping Brian Sykes Jr. every time they go on a straightaway, and the gap between Sykes and second, but more importantly, the division title is only getting bigger and bigger with 5 laps to go.
The drama dial has turned up here at Bowman Gray Stadium, and right now there's desperation in all the drivers here. Right now, the biggest desperation is in the 3 spot. Brian Sykes Jr. is trying to hold on to that spot. He needs to gain 1 more spot to get the title.
Brian Sykes Jr. cannot let Brian Robertson get around him. He's already got to find a way around Christian Joyce. If he loses a spot to Brian Robertson, that may just about leave curtains coming down on his title effort. But a 8-1-1 before you dig. Caution comes out 1 more time to reset this. 17 laps on the board. Matthew Dillner, I think we're going green-white checker to end
We
this.
might be going green-white checker. We don't know what the it was for, but we were looking at the TJ Whaley car, who was kind of slowing down there in front of the leader once again, but it might have been debris on the racetrack. We do not know, but right now we are going to a green-white checker finish to decide the Street Stock Championship. Fans rising to their feet here at the Madhouse. Brad Lewis has a lot to race for. He lost one of his best friends just the other week. He won for him last week. Racing in the memory of Robbie Brewer tonight. Can he win the championship? Brian Sykes Jr. in third. Can he make up that 1 spot to get it done?
Brian Sykes Jr. needs this spot from Christian Joyce. Brad Lewis is doing everything he needs to do. Modern Chevrolet Pace vehicle back into its place. Green flag goes. Oh, Christian Joyce got loose in the corner. This may be the opportunity for Brian Sykes, who's going to move Christian Joyce up the racetrack and make the pass for second and maybe make the pass for the title as well. Brian Sykes Jr. in position here, working our way towards the final few laps of the race.
If this settles out the way it does, Brian Sykes Jr. will be your champion.
Brian Sykes Jr. now clear. Here comes Brian Robertson. K-Train coming. Christian Joyce is fading. And Brian Sykes Jr. has space around his car. White flag here. Brad Lewis is leading, but will it be enough?
Brad Lewis has done everything he can to get that 16 up front, to win races for his friend, the fallen Robbie Brewer, to win the title. He takes the checkered flag, but the champion follows in tow. Brian Sykes Jr. does it. He's the champion of the Street Stock Division at Bowman Gray in 2025. Green flag is out. Cates and Peanut bring them to green.
Luke Smith wasting no time up the rear bumper, trying to get underneath Peanut. Baker might get to second. There goes Cates around. There goes the 10 machine around. No yellow flag yet. Luke Smith trying to get to the race lead. Brandon Brendel trying to find his way in, and there's our first call, 811 before you dig caution.
Luke Smith trying for his championship, his first, to the backside. Green flag is out. A little bit of bumper play to the backside of the Tysinger Lawn Care machine makes some room. Here comes Luke Smith to the lead.
Luke Smith making the move. Where does Brandon Lee Brendel go further behind? Luke Smith cannot do any more than he's doing right now, leading this race. This is now entirely in Brandon Lee Brendel's hands as he tries to get to the inside a little bit further back in this field. Luke Smith will try and create a gap. Brendel going to try and gain some spots to clinch the title and make it easy.
Way back in the back is Brandon Lee Brendel, and he is struggling right now because there is a group of cars that were in front of him 3 wide just a lap or two ago, and it is wild right now. He has to get a few more spots, it looks like, to get this title, maybe one more, possibly for the number 68 car. You see on the right side of your screen the white car, the second white car in that battle, following Brad Michalowski's number 60 through. Here comes Brandon Lee Brendel to the inside of Michalowski. Right now, it looks like he would be your points leader and your champion as he moves up through this field.
Brandon Lee Brendel trying to get the spot on Michalowski, trying to make sure that he can lock down this title of his own accord. He's got Chuck Wall following in soon. Just behind him, Michalowski now handing control of the title race over to Brandon Lee Brendel. Out of nose underneath Luke Smith, has a bumper to Luke Smith, moves Luke Smith sideways, trying to move him up the racetrack. Smith hung on to it. Now here comes A.J. Sanders, who's going to get into McDonald. They almost get into it. The front bumper comes off of Sanders' machine, and we say green flag racing for the moment, but the bumper on the racetrack will bring out our next call, 811, before you get caution.
The buzz rises. The fans rise to their feet. 1/4 mile trip around for the Buzz Bombers to Stadium Stocks to decide this feature event, the season finale in the 76th year of racing at Bowman Gray. And coming off the turn number 4 to the win is Luke Smith, and the championship will be Brandon Lee Brendel. Scooter does it.